This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. We're in Liverpool. We just concluded the weigh-in, ahead of a big night of action tomorrow evening. Callum Smith defending his world titles against John Ryder. With me, Darren Barker. Darren, good to see you first and foremost before we get going. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. We were just talking before you press play there. Other than a local scouser saying I've stolen Kevin McAllister's dad's jacket. Other than that, they're all good. If you haven't seen it, go on Chris Lloyd's Twitter. It's very funny.
I'm going to have to put a picture on the screen now for everybody. Let's talk about this card. Callum Smith in there, John Ryder, WBA title, Ring Magazine title. Big ask for John Ryder, but the run he's on, this fight could never come a better time, really, could it?
No, I'm so proud of John. I've known him for years, I've sparred with him for years, done hundreds of rounds with him, and who would have thought he'd be in this position a year ago even. Maybe a little longer, probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. You never would have thought it. So it just shows you, if you're determined, you believe in yourself, you work hard, and most importantly, you keep winning, these things can happen. And look, though it is a huge mountain to climb, it's Everest, but it's a tools race, anything can happen, it really can. But for me, Callum Smith's the real deal. He's no joke. He just doesn't do anything wrong, does he? Punches so hard, he's got great boxing ability, he's got that pedigree, got a great coach, he's just, everything's there. But I guess on the flip side, if you're John Ryder, absolutely no pressure on you whatsoever. You go out there and just do your thing. Both great guys, but I'll definitely be rooting for John Ryder, because I just know him, he's my mate, and both top men, so may the best man win.
Just going back to John, obviously you know him very well. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. It was interesting. Tony Sims yesterday was talking about, after the Armfield fight, they were talking about him retiring. He was talking about maybe advising him to just sort of hang up the gloves. John said, I need to move up in weight, I can continue. And then we've just seen this incredible run of form. I asked him what was behind that big change. He said a bit of it was strength and conditioning, but a lot of it was just belief and mentality. It just shows how important the mental aspect can be as well.
Yeah, of course. And going back to the physical side of it, I think people can be a bit carried away with stature and size and how big you are. And John, though he wasn't even a very big middleweight, he was just so weak at the weight. You see there on the scales, his legs are massive. And I think him moving up, though he is a lot smaller than Callum Smith, who's a huge super middleweight, let's not get it wrong, he's just a lot more powerful, and that showed in his performances. 4 big knockouts. I've spoken to Dan Lawrence, who now is his strength and conditioner. He's an absolute Dan said he's an absolute beast. He's worked with some of the strongest guys out there, and he's just so physically strong. Putting that into play on Saturday is going to be difficult, don't get me wrong, but he will try his utmost to do so.
All week, Joe Gallagher, Callum Smith, everyone around their camp's been sort of quick to play down. It's okay, you stretch out your back if you need to. Everyone's been keen to play down the word complacency. We've heard it all week, talking about Anfield, and we're talking about going to the States to fight a Golovkin or something like that. But how important is it, though, that he gives his full respect to John Ryder Saturday night? I've
no doubt that they will do, especially at this point now. It's very difficult to not talk about Canelo and the other guys out there, big guys, Anfield, etc. When you're constantly asked a question, you're going to have to answer the question, aren't you? But I think now, Callum Smith and Joe Gallagher, now they're on the stage, they know the fight's upon them tomorrow, they'll be on it, I've no doubt. If John Ryder was to do the impossible, he's done it fighting the best Callum Smith. I wouldn't look into any of that complacency too much. They understand that they've got to beat John Ryder to make the Anfield possibility a dream come true. So, yeah, I'm not too concerned with that.
Elsewhere on the bill, there's 4 fights on there, fairly competitive. You can't really definitively pick a winner. Looking at that bill, which fight are you most excited for? What stands out to you as a potential fight of the night candidate?
I think the chief support, if I'm deadly honest. I think Glover, Billum Smith is a great fight. I think it really is, because the pot of gold there for the winner's huge. With the current sort of climate of the cruiserweight division, I think doors and opportunities could open for the winner, so it's massive. I really look forward to that. But the card, look, I think Fowler Scarf is a tricky one for Fowler. It really is. There's some good ones down. Looking down the card, there is. I've seen some people say that it's not the strongest card, but I think boxing fans know there's some decent fights on there, so don't miss it.
Elsewhere on Sky Sports this weekend, Deontay Wilder in a rematch with Ruiz-Ortiz, WBC World Heavyweight title on the line. A lot of people when the fight was made were just sort of, complaining, saying we didn't need to see this again after the conclusive knockout. It was a fun fight first time round, but do you expect it to be same result again, repeat or revenge in your mind?
Repeat, but I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be far from shocked, but I don't think Ortiz will be as good as he was last time. I just think, at 65 years old, he's going to be struggling. But no, I do think Wilder will win. Eventually at some point during the fight, however long it goes, he will catch Ortiz, and when he catches you, he usually puts you away. I think repeat, mate.
A lot of movement in the heavyweight division in the next few weeks. Obviously, Wilder's a heavy favourite, but we don't know what's going to happen with that WBC title. And then 2 weeks later, we've got 3 other titles on the line out in Saudi Arabia: Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz Jr. I appreciate we'll try and catch you at some point close at the fight, but in regards to that fight, I'm not going over there. Andy and Rob are going over there, but what in your mind does Anthony have to do differently this time? Is it about mental preparation more than anything?
I like the attitude he's got at the minute. It's like, I'm the boss, I'm going to show everyone how good I am. Really got the bit between his teeth, and I think he needs to transfer that into the ring. Get out there, hold the centre of the ring, get full leverage in the shots and let them go. Just don't be afraid. Really, put everything into the shots. I think there's a little bit too much movement before, gave Ruiz, oddly, a bit too much respect at the start, and I just think he needs to go out there, grab the fight by the horns and show everyone that he's the boss. Doesn't have to do anything stupid, just everything he does, do it correctly, do it properly, and stamp your size and your power and your authority into the fight from the off.
It's interesting you say that he needs to come out and just sort of assert himself and show no fear. A lot of people suggesting this time round that he might be a bit more gun shy after what we saw in the first fight. Do you see that as a possibility?
You never know. I guess that could happen. Personally, I don't think so. I think everyone in boxing, majority of people in boxing have been wobbled, have been hit and been hurt. And I don't think it really affects you. It may some of the weaker characters, but look, I guess we'll find out exactly what Anthony Joshua was all about mentally. Can he come back from this? Will he be gun shy? We'll find out. I don't think so.
Before I let you go, Darren, Dave Allen been talking about getting his licence sorted. You sort your back while I'm talking. Absolutely fine. Dave Allen's been talking about getting his licence sorted, get back in the ring next year.
I've got my co-host down there, Chris Lloyd, actually stretching his back out. I don't know if you can show him. You can pan round. Look at you. Do you know what it is? It's sympathy pains. He feels sorry for him and he starts aching and etc.
Hasn't been that painful, has it, Darren? Anyway, just to finish, Dave Allen talking about getting back in the ring next year and having one last run at things. Have you spoken to Dave about any potential, not comeback, but getting back in the ring?
No. I'm happy that he's happy coaching the lads, and he's getting some real enjoyment from that. He's getting fat. Not so much lazy though. He's been doing a fair bit of sparring, but I'm glad that he's happy. He's happy training the boys, and I think he's getting a real sense of satisfaction doing that. And if he's happy, it makes me happy.
Darren, I'm not going to keep you any longer because I think Chris Lloyd's ready for food. I think you're ready to get away. So thank you for speaking to Boxing Social. We'll catch you soon.
Pleasure.